Let's get into it now. Joining me is Shadow Cabinet Secretary Andrew Wallace. Andrew, thank you so much for joining me. I want to start by getting your reaction to Mike Huckabee, the US Ambassador to Israel, saying that there's an enormous level of disappointment and some disgust by the White House to Australia's recognition of Palestine.
Well, Danica, Mike Huckabee is a professional diplomat. He is the representative of the United States in Israel. Diplomats don't use this sort of language generally. To be talking about the United States, our closest ally, being disappointed and disgusted in a decision that was made by the Australian government. This is new ground. The United States is our most important ally, and Anthony Albanese is consistently throwing dirt in the face of the US government. We all know that Albo, the Prime Minister, doesn't like President Trump. He said repeatedly that he is scared of President Trump. But, the job of the Prime Minister, his first responsibility is to keep Australians safe. The Australian alliance, the US alliance, has been stood the test of time for many decades now, and this Prime Minister is trashing the alliance. He is going out of his way to destroy the alliance with the United States, and our forefathers, the men and women that fought in World War II that we are recognising today, the 80th anniversary, would be turning in their graves. My grandfather would be turning in his grave. He served in the Pacific. I grew up with my grandfather consistently saying to me, "Thank God for the Yanks." Because if we didn't have the Americans that came and assisted us in 1941, then we would have stood very little chance in repelling the Japanese imperial forces.
Absolutely agree with you. And now we've got a situation where our Prime Minister is actually on the side of terror, not the side of the country. We live in very, very concerning times right now. I just played this response by the Prime Minister today when he was talking about Hamas, but let's play it again. Have a listen.
You break the cycle of violence by isolating Hamas, by not continuing to just do what has been happening over the last, since October 7.
Andrew, he's talking there about isolating Hamas, not destroying it. Why is he so weak in his language when it comes to this terror group?
Well, Danica, the Prime Minister saw a couple of weekends ago 100,000 people walk across Sydney Harbour Bridge, and he saw this as, well, this is, in his view, there was no better time to recognise a Palestinian state. This was their opportunity to seize that time. But what he didn't take into account is the white-hot rage that Australians are now feeling, that this Prime Minister has gone against decades long of bipartisanship foreign policy. This is, if it wasn't so serious, this would be laughable. This is like two sophomores in university playing university politics between Penny Wong and the Prime Minister. I cannot believe that the Prime Minister, in a time like this, where we are at our most geostrategically challenging period since 1945, and the Prime Minister is consistently trying to trash the US alliance. This is a long-held ambition of the Prime Minister to recognise the Palestinian state. We should have no surprise about that, because it's been Labor Party platform for a long time. But it is now costing us, or has the risk of costing us, our relationship with the United States. It beggars belief.
Yeah, and 80 years ago we stood side by side with the United States, yet here we are in 2025. Andrew Wallace, always appreciate your time. We've got to leave it there. Enjoy the markets. Looks like it's a fun night behind you.
Authorised by Andrew Wallace, LNP, Boccarina, Queensland.